Look like Asmongold got his new orders from Elon. Dude, he's been doing the worst fucking propaganda. I saw something where he's like talking about how Israel is I saw him talking about how like, oh, the Israel stuff is actually not based anymore. Israel stuff is actually not based at all anymore. He's like, Asmongold panics and quickly closes Hasan's video after realizing Hasan described him perfectly. Culture war narratives try to divide the working class.
Experiencing. Because at the end of the day, the working class is the biggest base of support. That's just the reality. And all matter of culture wars and culture war narratives and arguments actually try to divide and successfully, unfortunately, do divide the working class. So we need to get...
Don't ever listen to this.
Yeah, not based, okay? No, divide the working class. Oh my God.
Culture war, he doesn't have... Listen...
Leftists are not calling Hasan Piker a Zog slave. What a year. Yeah, dude, I know. Here's Zog slave Hasan Piker admitting that he works with the mainstream Democratic Party, giving them on advice on how to mislead the youth. This guy gets so... Bad Empanada gets so horny to just fucking schizo post about me that he just forgets how to fucking type sometimes.
If you're willing to, ask somebody like Hasan what culture war issue they're willing to relent on. Are you willing to relent on having men and women's sports? Are you willing to relent and...
Dog, you just did the argument. It's so funny that he just straight up did not understand the point that I was making. The point that I'm making is all of this stuff about like transgender people, transgender athletes existing in society, they're immaterial. Okay, they're obviously important for trans people, but they're not important for people who aren't trans. That you and others like you use or drive the salience of these issues to the forefront of the conversation to divide the working class. When in fact, if we were arguing on whether or not the working class deserves more autonomy in their workplace, deserves more control over their productive output, whether they deserve healthcare, for example, the conversation would not favor the right at all. But the right knows this, which is why they have to constantly be like, no, we have to talk about trans people, whether they should be allowed in civilized society or not. And then he immediately doubles down and goes, yeah, don't listen to this guy. He just wouldn't. Yeah. The argument is, would you be fine with trans people existing, but also if that same party was offering you fucking healthcare? And I think many people would say yes to that, right? Because the reality of the matter is, if you're a cis guy, why the fuck do you care if trans people participate in like high school athletics or what, or not? Like, why would you care about that? What has that done to your life that Donald Trump has actively destroyed it, right? Donald Trump has successfully implemented these initiatives where he's banned, transgender athletes from participating in NCAA competitions. Has that made your life a little bit better? Is rent cheaper now? No, of course not. Do you have health care? No, of course you don't. Because that's a deflection. That's a deflection from the real issues. And that's precisely the point I'm making. Of course, Asmongold doesn't want his audience to hear that conversation, because then they'll be like, wait a minute, this makes sense. So he has to constantly make sure that their audience is like going back to the important matters. Why is he even doing that for? What's the point? I mean, he just has to hit these divisive narratives. He has to go back to his fucking roots, Yeah, Asmongold panics and quickly closes Hasan's video after realizing Hasan described him perfectly. Culture war narratives try to divide the working class. Asmongold, don't listen to this man. Don't ever listen to this. Men and women's sports.